All right, what's up, you guys? UFO Proof here, and today I want to discuss ancient lifespans, which is a subject I find really interesting. I don't know how many people actually ever think about that or consider it, but using biblical references, in fact, a couple different ancient books, people pre-flood lived a lot longer than we do today. Um, so if you're going by the Bible, the pre-flood people could live like on average like 1,000 years. Um, I think the oldest in the Bible was Methuselah, which was like 990 something years old. Um, Adam, from Adam and Eve, lived like 900 years. Uh, Enoch lived 300 or 365 years, and then he walked with God. So I guess technically he's still alive. um, what up, Dinkum? How you doing, buddy? What up, Cons? What up, Harry Toe? You know what? You guys could say first all you want, but I'm pretty sure it was Dinkum who was first because I was talking to him on the phone, like we were texting each other right before I went on. So maybe it's just me. I don't know. I wanted to fuck up Renee. Really? For what? What did Renee do? What up, Lavera? The sixth. What up, Zeke? Always being first. Well, fucking Dinkum was on that shit, dude. He must have seen I was coming out, or he just happened to text me right before I was going on. I was like, oh hey, so we were already chatting. So technically, I think he got first. But anyway, yeah, Renee's always. Where is she? She hasn't even popped on here yet. That's weird. Nah, I don't trust it, dude. She's probably like home murdered or something. Someone need to fucking do a wellness check. I'm just joking. No, I mean, she got all of a sudden she got a life, you know. Yeah, we love you. Renee is here. Okay, good. um, anyway, yeah. So on average, the people in the Bible pre-flood lived like 1,000 years, or they could live up to 1,000 years. Um, and so you would think, okay, so if that's just one reference, who gives a fuck, So the Bible says it. So what? Well, hold on. Then now let's go to Egypt, all right? And their king lists all the way back, prehistory, so pre-deluge and shit. All of their kings before the deluge lived for thousands of years. They would reign for thousands of years and then die. So they had some kings who ruled like 15,000 years. And then, okay, so that's two. Okay, well, what's the big deal? Well, hold on. The Babylonian king list or the Sumerian king list also states that all of their kings pre-flood ruled for thousands of years, some of them 30,000 years that a single king ruled, not a kingship, not a family dynasty, but a king, one dude, and since it's like everybody who mentions a flood myth also mentions a time of giants. Whether what they mean by giants, who knows? But they all mention it. Everybody does. Anyone who has a flood myth, I'm talking in, Peru, their flood myth, there were giants. The Mayans flood myth had giants on the earth before the flood. Everybody had the same story and zero connection to each other. And I wonder, why we sit there and say, oh, this is mythology, when, I mean, countless, civilizations from around Earth say the same fucking thing, and they say it like, oh no, this is true, like duh. It's just a matter of fact. And then we're just like, yeah, you're probably an idiot. That's like, I hate it. Like when archaeologists go to like Peru and they're like, you Inca, you guys built this. And they're like, no, we didn't build it. They're like, shut up, you stupid Incan. Yes, you did. It's like imagine if some archaeologist came to your house and was like, ah, you built this house. And you're like, no, literally, I rented it. They're like, no, 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 no. You built it. No, I didn't, dude. Seriously, you moved in here like 6 months ago. No, you built it. Shut up. You're an idiot. All right, whatever. Like that's what it's like. What up, Wop Bauer? How you doing, buddy? Um, so I just wonder how, like why don't people put, more faith in what the ancients were saying as opposed to what our modern day academics who obviously were not there and base everything off of evidence that is always circumstantial. It's never definitive. It's always just, well, if the shoe fits. It's like, oh, okay. you know and then they expect us to just sit there and blindly believe like, oh well, evolution's real, but I mean, and the evidence for it technically doesn't exist. In fact, it's missing. But when we find it, then you'll know that we're right. But we haven't found it, but we still want you to believe that. And I'm not saying like evolution is wrong. I'm just saying that there's there's something wrong with the structure of it, of how people are made to accept something. Like, okay, well, if you have actual direct evidence, we'll give it up. Because I hate when people are like, oh, well, is there evidence for UFOs? Well, yeah, give me some evidence for fucking there's no like transitional species like they're finding or whatever. Homo sapiens don't exist in the fossil record. It's just like there's a lot of things where you're like, all right. So why not believe that maybe these guys were telling the truth? And I know a lot of people say like in the Bible, oh well, they're mixing up their years and months. So Methuselah didn't live 990 years. He lived 990 months or something like that. And it's like, yeah, but throughout the whole book, they clearly state what a year is and how long it is, and and these people live this years, and it was up at Moses. God decreed however long he lived, that would be however long man could live, which he lived to 120. So he says that's our cutoff time, that we don't live past 120. You know, your lifetimes are very inconvenient for us, poor you folk. I'm sorry, you guys, but I mean, like, I can't concentrate on fucking everybody all around the fucking world. I got one time, okay, my time. Sorry, you guys. I'll make sure to do it at like 2:30 in the morning when my baby's sleeping. Excuse me. Now I see why the men in black don't visit you. Nice arsenal. That's fucking right. Because I'll tell you what, they'll never leave this motherfucker. Dude. If men in black ever showed up at my house, I'd be like, well, somebody fucked up. You're coming with me. Yeah, I'll go to prison for kidnapping. I'll kidnap a men in black right now, dude. I don't give two fucks. I told you I got him. Yeah, so does anyone else think that that's possible, that people may have actually lived a lot longer, and then I'm good living to a healthy 80 and then I'm out? That's pushing it for me. I'm like 80, god damn, dude, I really don't want to be around that long. That's another thing. Okay, like, I had a near death experience, and um it's something I don't really like to talk about, but what happened changed my whole fucking outlook on everything. It's like I really feel like I understood. And one thing that always stuck out to me was how terrifying eternity is. Like, it doesn't matter where you are, whether you go to hell, whether you go to purgatory, whether you go to heaven, all of them are, when you think of eternity, everything is not right. It's so terrifying. It's worse than death. I'd rather die. Nope, I'm not doing it, dude. Like, if someone was like, here's the tree of life, go ahead and eat this fruit, I'd be like, fuck that fruit. Dude, I'll fucking kill myself right now. Fuck that, dude. I can't wait to die. Yeah, fuck. I mean, like, that's what's like, nope, couldn't do it, man. And I think it's interesting that in Genesis, you know, after Eve or Adam and Eve eat the fruit of from the tree of knowledge of good and evil, and they become aware, and he kicks them out. And the reason he kicks them out is because he's like, we have to. He's like, I love them, but I gotta get them out of here unless because they already went and ate from the tree of knowledge of good and evil, and now that they did that, should they choose, they could eat from the tree of life and live forever. And that's something he was like, this cannot happen. And he was forced to kick his own creation out of perfection, out of bliss, and kicked them out into the desert because he's like, you can't live forever. You know, that's it's like, yeah, you think dying sucks? Wait till you live forever. You know how fucking angry an old man. You ever see an old man how fucking angry they get at fucking everything? Imagine one who was like 900,000 years old, dude. He would just be a fucking sack of fucking hatred, of wrinkly fucking insure fueled hatred. That's what he would be. He'd be fucking whipping AARP cards right at you, dude. Like everywhere he go, he'd be fucking throwing bottles of Centrum Silver at you. Like fuck, dude. Now you'd be pissed, dude. You couldn't just someone kill me, please. I fucking hate all of your faces. It's like right now we love our family. In 900,000 years, you'll hate every fucking member of you'll hate the entire species of Homo sapiens. You're just like, nope. They all need to go. Someone needs to take them out. Someone get a big fucking rock from space and just throw it at Earth. Blast them. They need to start over because these guys suck. That's what would happen. That's how I feel. Yeah. But I do believe that it's definitely a possibility. Rather die young than someone having to wipe my ass for me. Well, I'm not going to go that far. I mean, you want to wipe my ass? Sure, that's fine. That's what sucks is like I feel like I'm going to live for fucking ever. Like I feel like I'm going to be one of those guys who are like 120 or something. And it's terrifying. I'm like, dude, I'm like, after 60, I don't understand. Like, everything's like downhill, You could go ahead and kill me at 65, dude. You'll live to 120. Yeah, it's gonna fuck. I'll fucking eat bacon every day, smoke cigarettes, smoke weed, fucking eat ecstasy, acid, fucking get in fights, hunt, and it's fucking none of it will ever kill me. It's just, oh man, I feel so bad for old people, man. However, now if I could retain my youth for an extended period of time, or if I could leapfrog into the future, yeah, it's okay. I could probably do that. I just could not live forever. I don't even think I could want to live for a long time. Like 1,000 years, oh God, I'd be so pissed at everybody. I'd be like, you know what, Dinkin, why don't you shut the fuck up for once, okay? You're pissing me off. I don't like the way you sound. Oh, it just irks me. That's what it'll be like in 1,000 years. Did you ever do that megalithic site video? Yes, motherfuckers. Oh, how about you pay attention next time you come onto my live? Because that's what I fucking did. Didn't you see that shit? I never seen anything like it, man. Well, there's something that's similar in a way that oh, sorry guys, that was third phase of moon. What's up, Blake, Brent? How you guys doing? It's called a Kumami, and it's also in Peru, and it's a megalithic site. It's like got these like stair kind of things cut into this big rock, and it was like discovered in 2017, and it's huge, and they had no idea that it was there. You see what I'm saying? I'm an old hippie. I will live, right? Dinkum said he's 17 hours in the future. He knew I was going to say that. That's right. But yeah, I did. I posted that video. It was only a couple minutes, just to show everybody what is that. There's a reason like why it would it could go undiscovered. There's definitely a reason why. Like, and I show it in the video that it goes up over through a valley, and through a valley and then down into it. Like it goes over a rise and down. So like you being on the mountain or even in the valley, you wouldn't see it. You literally have to walk up to it just the way it's positioned. It's just, I don't know if they're, um, maybe washing minerals or looking for minerals, gold panning through stuff, bringing down water or something. I don't know what they were doing with it, but it's fucking, I've never seen a construction like it, dude. It looks like a fucking, maybe like a moth or something, or a dragonfly, maybe, something like that. Just like it's designed. You gotta see it. It's fucking cool though. Can you post to Google coordinates? Yes. I will get the coordinates for you guys and to show you where it is. Oh, my phone is right here in front of me. I'm like looking for my phone like an asshole. I've actually looked for a phone I was talking on. I was driving and I'm talking to my homie and I'm like, what time is it? Hang on, let me check my phone. Oh fuck, dude, I can't find my phone. I can't find my phone. He's like, yeah, dude, you're on it. I'm like, oh yeah, I was testing you, and you failed miserably. But yeah. So uh yeah, I'm just it makes me wonder, getting back to these lifespans. I mean, how you're gonna have like Sumerians make the same statement. You're gonna have Egyptians make the same statement. You're gonna have um uh Israelites, the Bible, make the same statements. I mean, like, why not accept that? Okay, well, maybe we live longer. I mean, like, I lost my phone on the beach on the North Shore, and an hour later, a Japanese tourist found it. He's like, "Konnichiwa, Ableka, I found that phone." That's racist. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to say it like that. It's terrible. Um, yeah. So yeah, that shit happens, man. uh, I would think like if the Earth was conducive to like giants or megaflora and megafauna and stuff, that like the oxygen levels, the shut up, Dinkum, the like the methane levels, just everything, um, might have had an effect on the animals. In fact, maybe the Earth was further away from the sun by a minute amount, which affected like its gravity, or maybe the moon was farther away, which affected our gravity. So there's probably maybe less gravity, and that just kind of you know um and I mean, like, it's like, oh well, how come we don't find giant bones in the fossil record? I don't know. How come we don't find Homo sapien bones in the fossil record? There's your own fucking argument. Like, you explain that one, and we know for a fact we exist. Okay, so who's got the better fucking options here? I think we do. You guys are just kind of fucking hoping we're incorrect. You know. Sometimes I think the government's just like, you know what? I'm not saying shit about UFOs because I'm not going to sit here and listen to fucking "I told you so" for 15 years. Okay, dumb fuck Kyle's been outside my fucking office screaming, "I told you so." It's going on 15 years. Now I can't deal with this shit anymore. you know? That's right. I'll be out there with a busted voice box, all scraggly. "I told you so." I told you so. Like, I don't give a fuck. Do you believe in Bigfoot, Kyle? I actually do not. I used to when I was a kid, and I started researching it as a kid. I thought it was fascinating, the subject, and through my research, I was like, nope, he simply doesn't exist. Now has maybe some kind of a different hominid had been seen at one time or something, and made have come up as a Bigfoot story, but you know, it's just there's just not enough evidence for it, man. Um, of course, at the same time, like, what evidence was there for like the Nazca mummies? Zero. So, and those turned out to be pretty fucking real. Um, at least so far. No one's proved otherwise, but that's what you need, okay? Because I would have been like, nope, no, I don't believe in this Nazca mummy shit. But no, okay, until they found them. You go and find a mummified Bigfoot. I'll give it a shot. Now, I don't believe in Bigfoot. I don't believe in ghosts. I don't believe in Loch Ness monster. I believe in cryptozoology, just not like at that level. Um, there's no mummified Bigfoot. Okay, where'd you see it on YouTube? Okay, because it wasn't at the fucking history museum. That's what I need. Hey man, if it's on display in the field museum, we can talk. All right. If it's on fucking Infowars, I don't want to hear it, dude. What up, golf man? Mummy and Dr. Greer. Okay, so now that Atacama mummy is interesting because there are several Atacama mummies, little tiny people like that. It's not just him. He only talks about him, but there's a few of them. Fucking like the Ringling brothers, fucking actually bought one in the 1930s, and he was like this big little dude. You know, um, sure, why not? Uh, little tiny people. Could you just see him like walking around with little shoes and fucking smoking a little tiny cigarette and shit? I'm like, oh my god, look at him! Oh, I want to pick him up. I broke him. Um, so I mean, I don't know, but Antonio's saying I think that the little mummy is real. They're saying it's um an aborted fetus or something like that. And I was like, it's pretty solid for being a fucking aborted fetus, And I mean, like, no matter what it was, I'm like, that's fucking like he had a fucking cone head and shit. I'm like, god damn, dude, look at this fucking little weirdo. I would have punked him out like a bitch. I would have been like, dude, you want me to step on you, motherfucker? That's right, but give me your lunch money, bitch. Let's crush you like a giant. Arr, bake your bones into bread. It's of ghost than Bigfoot. I don't understand like ghosts fucking people like, oh well, let's do a seance and you know I've seen UFOs. I've seen several UFOs up close. So I'm like, okay. I've never seen a Bigfoot, never seen a ghost, not anything about it. So couldn't tell you. But hey man, maybe one day you bring back fucking Houdini, okay? But I don't know. Uh Now I've never seen an alien. I don't even know if they're fucking aliens. Like, if they're okay, well, one, I mean, you'd have to be able to communicate to even begin to understand if they come from somewhere else. So, um, that's gonna be fucking impossible. You're gonna have to get one of them esoteric fucks to pretend like they know what they're doing. And that's the problem. They will pretend like they know. That's the whole problem with this, with the whole field. It doesn't matter, like, like you have an experience and you want the fucking notoriety of it and how important it was, and you end up embellishing on it, you know. And I recognize that people were doing this, and I'm just like, man, you know what? So my story is not as good as everybody else's, but it's real. That's it. I'm like, that's the difference. I know when I hear a story where I'm like, so like this guy's an idiot, he's so full of shit. Well, at least I don't. There's not much to it. I don't know what's inside a UFO. I didn't get abducted. I've never seen an alien. But it happened. What up, Fuzzy Pup? How you doing, buddy? Can I ask a question without being bashed about little people? Are their bodies like midgets? No, 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 no. So the little people are like they're like I think the Atacama guy is like 6 inches, so he's like this tall. And he's got a fucking cone head, you know. I'm not even sure how it could be an aborted fetus. In fact, I don't see how it's in that position that it's in if it was like an aborted fetus. Okay. I mean, like, babies, like when they come out, they're all fucking curled up and fucking in that fetal position. It's like you could stretch them out and they will slink back to it. So I don't understand, you know. Do they have 3 fingers? No, not the Atacamas. The little ones, they don't have 3 fingers. I think they have an extra rib though, something like that. What up, Mr. C3TFID, whatever the fuck that is? How you doing, buddy, from Boston? Right? Or was DNA inconclusive? DNA is always inconclusive. I don't understand. There's always like, oh, the DNA results are inconclusive. Oh, okay. Certified. That's what I thought, but I didn't want to say it. Yeah. So, did those Nazca mummies though, dude? I wonder how long those fuckers lived. You know. In fact, and it's like it's like they could be some kind of weird hybrid, but it's like, well, it's like how could they make something like that back then? If there's a video that fucking Third Phase of Moon put out where their Khufu is actually discussing how a priest was able to remove the head of a man and put the head of a lion on him, and bring him back to life. Like he was astounded at this, he knows the magic on how to do this procedure, So like maybe they're talking about stuff like Maria, the fucking Nazca mummies. They're like, oh well, yeah. So if you take an Oriental dude and a fucking snake and make them fuck, you get Maria. I don't know if that's I don't know if that's right, but I'm saying, let's give it a shot. All right, Lavera, have a good day. Um, yeah, all DNA on Earth is very similar. Correct. It's very similar. We were saying this yesterday. A fucking humans share 55 or 50% or 51% the same DNA as a banana tree, a fucking tree. We share like 55% the same as a fruit fly. Like fucking yeah, like I'm telling you, like everything is fucking related. So to say, oh well, this Nazca mummy has human DNA, yeah, so what? That doesn't mean it's not fucking extraterrestrial, because our fucking, and we're only looking at a small sample, but fucking 90% of it is junk DNA, which we don't understand. It makes no sense to us, you know? So, oh, yeah, but shit. What are you going to do? Everything except octopuses and mushrooms. Hey, I think also maybe like certain types of jellyfish and shit like that, should mean more than sharing some DNA with humans, right? I mean, you have to like lock down what, how do you say what's Homo sapien sapien? Okay, so what's Homo fucking erectus? Where does what's the difference between that and fucking um a Neanderthal or fucking uh whatever, like fucking how much difference in the DNA is there? Fucking it's like, oh well, technically they'd all be classed as Homo sapiens, just not Homo sapien sapien. Oh, all right. We came from grays and apes. Yeah, that's what I always kind of see what it was like for me, I thought. Kyle is insane. Give a like by. Well, duh, Lavera. Of course I'm insane. um, I wish I liked mushrooms because fungi are amazing. Hey man, I'm a fun guy. Dun, dun, dun. Um, uh, yeah, some things are just you know, they don't really fit, you know. There are a few percent differences that make all the difference, apparently, right? I mean, seriously, like fucking, you're talking like, you know, shut up, Harry Joe. Like you're talking like one, like a fucking half a percentage of DNA is, you know, tweaked, and it's a totally different fucking species. You know, it's like, okay, so at what level does the DNA predict that the form will have hyper intelligence? You know, like a human. Well, everything has intelligence. You know, dolphins and shit like, oh, they're all smart, but they're not sentient. You know, so at what level does DNA reach when it says, okay, now we're gonna fucking program fucking hyper intelligence? It was like, bam, you just hit the point where you are super fucking smart and you can rule your fucking 69%. That's the, I don't know how Harry Toad knew that, but that's why he's a good fucking journalist, okay? Because he researches his sources, right? 69. 69's all his sources. That's how he knows, for sure. Shit, dude. um 1%, I'm out now. Get out of here, Lavera. Don't you got something to do? Yeah, I would suspect that an alien would have similar DNA. That DNA probably permeates life, you know, or constitutes life throughout the universe. So basically, anything that's alive will probably have DNA. Just like, you know, fucking well, they'll probably, you know, come from a planet that was around a star, because that's what we see, you know, like so. It just seems like, well, it's probably part of the universe, but you know, I don't know, man. Thought she was gone. Yeah, right. um, but I got some new UFO videos I'm gonna put out along with the debunk. Um, so that should be cool. Probably should get working on that. I've already went over my time limit. All right, so I'm out of here, you guys. But make sure you go and support me on Patreon, like my homie fucking Dinkum does, or donate to my PayPal. Go buy some UFO proof merchandise through Teespring, all that good shit. And keep an eye out for new video. We'll try to get it posted tonight. All right, you guys. I'm out of here. I'll see you guys next time. UFO proof out. All right, later, you guys.